Hello Vikings and welcome back to the Valheim Guide episode 23, where today I'm going to be making a house for myself. Now, there are a couple of things I need to mention. First of all, I want to start with an apology. I did a stream recently where I started work on this house and it ended up looking a little something like this. Now, as you can see, this really is a poor effort, and I know I could do a lot better than this. I apologize for thinking this was okay. It's not. We're looking to build some cool stuff in this series, and that was not it. Now, apologies for the poor quality of that picture, by the way. That was just a quick screen grab that I did. But today, guys, oh yeah, look at this. Look at the space we have here now. So the last couple of days, I've been flattening. I'm having dreams about flattening land in Valheim. That's how much I've been doing. So now we have a proper area to build a house, okay? Not a little hut, little Wendy house. No, this is a proper Viking house. That's what's coming here. The second thing to mention is you might be thinking to yourselves, it's episode 23. Why on earth do you not have a house yet? Well, I do, kind of. I actually dismantled it a little bit in preparation for what we're doing here today. But I have had a house up until now, but this is going to be my late game house, right? My end game house, which is why it needs to be big and cool and a lot better than that first effort. So today, that's what we're going to work on, guys. A bit of a building episode. There will almost definitely be a stream in between well, in the middle of this video, basically. Basically, I'll get started and then I'll do a lot of work on stream. Obviously, if you want to catch my live streams, you can subscribe on YouTube to get notified. But for now, let's just jump into today's episode. So the first thing I want to do is get the general shape of how we're going to build this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a lot of stone for this. I've got the stone cutter ready. And I think I want to have it like at least up by this much so that there's like going to be stairs going up to it. And it's a little bit of an elevated house. I think this will help to protect us a little bit when we're in the plains and just make our lives a little bit easier when we're living there. Living there living there is what I meant to say. But also, see, I've lost my thread though. I've put myself off by saying that. And it'll also look better. That's what I was going to say, hopefully. So I'm going to go and get like a general floor plan down. This will probably change many times because I'm kind of free building this, and so I'll be quite picky, but we'll see how this goes. Let's just get the general foundation down and then I'll talk a bit more about the shape and where we're going next. Well, I've made a little bit of progress on the house, so I thought I'd give you guys a bit of an update. I've basically just been working on the front mostly so far, as you can see. So it's going to have a bit of a unique shape to it. I like the fact that it's not just like one flat wall, and I like that this one here is a little bit further back than what this one here is going to be. And then we got a nice little entranceway there in the center. Just over here, we've got this little stone wall around the front. The reason I've done this is I want to have a little garden along here. Thought we need a nice little garden out the front. Thought that would look kind of cool. And then obviously the house is going to be going back and around here. So it's going to be a reasonable size build. One nice thing actually about having all of this stone wall around here, which actually wasn't something I planned as such, but is something that can be useful in your builds, is the fact that once this is done, this whole level is going to be exactly on the same level. Whereas this floor is kind of pretty level, what I'm doing is just snapping all of these along. So if I go ahead and just grab my hammer out here, obviously I'm snapping them like this, right? And sometimes the amount of dirt showing on each of the blocks might be more or less depending on, you know, the flatness of the area. But once it's done and I start building the wooden floors and stuff on top of here, it's all going to be pretty flat. Now, this bit here is going to be like an outdoor area, so I'm actually going to have to infill all of this with stone all through here so we can have a nice patio area. I'm going to put the hot tub out there and some other cool things like that. But the indoor bit, which will be the largest bit of the house, I'm going to do wooden flooring for the most part, I would imagine. I might have some stone areas, but that means that it's going to be very easy to get all of this level. So I'll do little updates along the way, guys, and I hope you like how this build turns out. I've got to say I'm pretty excited for it, actually. This is much better than my first attempt. Okay, so as you can see, I've got a bit more work done, and a lot of it's been on this patio area here. And as you can see, we've filled it all with stone, but I did a bit of a pattern to it where we've got the different types of stone slabs in there, just to give it something that looks a little bit different rather than it all being uniform, and then built those archways around the back there as well. So this area here is sort of coming together quite nicely, and I say this will be like a little outdoor area with like a barbecue and a hot tub and some outdoor dining and stuff like that, as well as the little garden area at the front here. So I think when that's all done, it will look good. Obviously at the moment, just trying to get all the bulk stuff done, and then I'll do all the finer details at the end. That's how I like to generally do things. Now, as for like the inside and all that sort of stuff, I think over here is where I'm going to put my bedroom. Have a nice little view there out to the ocean, which will be quite cool. Also, it will be quite accessible and quite near to like my portal and storage room, stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's where we'll make the bedroom. As for like everything else on the inside, I know I want to put a big stone tower up through this at some point, and then we're just going to have to figure out how the roof's going to get to that. But around about where I am now is where the stone tower is going to go, so it'll be a bit offset. And I'm also going to look to put entrances on all the different sides. So we have like an entrance over here going out one way, and on the far side there, and even at the back. And the reason for that is because I'm going to be building a Viking town all around this house, and so yeah, basically I want to be able to just run in from any side that we happen to come to the house from. So yeah, that's the basic plan of what I'm doing here. Again, I'll do updates along the way. There are going to be several streams that I'm doing a lot of the building on. These streams will be accessible on my channel, so if you want to see all the building stuff, in real time a bit more, then that's the best place to do it. But this video will just consist of updates along the way and in between and after streams and stuff like that. So yeah, let's go and I'm probably going to do a stream now, and we'll see what I've done after the next stream. Well, I'm preparing to get a lot of the so I did some stuff off camera comments in this video. But guys, yeah, we did some work, and basically, I mean, look, a lot of this was done on live streams, to be fair to me, and I can assure you that all of this was done in pure survival mode, including getting all of the resources for everything you see here. Now, this house is not finished at all, but the bulk structure of it is done, and I got to say, I'm really liking the way it is currently looking. So we're going to go and have a look around now and see what is new. So we've got this little like entranceway here. This, of course, being the main entrance into the house, and I thought having like a stone floor as the corridor that goes through could be kind of nice. Again, the bedroom we talked before, but it's gonna be out here. It is going to have a little outdoor bit to the bedroom as well, so we can come out for our morning coffee and have a great view, and possibly put one or two other things out there as well. And I'm just going to have to figure out how I'm going to make up all of this stuff. It's going to be an ongoing building sort of process with all the decorating stuff. And then through here, we've got this stone tower, of course. I mentioned that before, but that is now built. In order to get it as high as I did, by the way, inside this thing, I have raised all of the ground way the heck up, and I'm not sure if I'm going to show you that because I think it's all closed off now. I'll see about that. But you guys get the deal, right? You use your hoe, you lift all the ground up as we did there in order to make it higher. Then around the back here, we got this thing. So we've got like a little porch area around the back here. Again, this needs to be furnished and furniture put on it and stuff. But this is how this is looking right now. And we're going to have a nice little view of the plains here, which is pretty cool. Plus, it allows us to come up and into here. So at the moment, I've just got like a bit of storage going on here, and it's going to look a lot better. I'm going to make it look a lot nicer with like lots of storage stuff happening. For now, it's just kind of an empty floor space here. You can kind of see under these stairs about how I've lifted all the rock up underneath. But if we go all the way up here, this takes us up into the tower. So as well as being looking kind of cool, it is a bit functional as well because it's a bit of a lookout, which is kind of cool. We're out of wood, that's annoying, but this looks pretty cool when it's lit, and it also lights up the whole thing underneath here as well when it's lit, because we've got it on these iron grates up here, which is looking pretty good. And again, we've got the view down there of our town, which is pretty nice, and we can have a view here in all directions from up in this tower, so pretty happy with how that's turned out. So this is how the porch looks from the back. I'm going to fly around in free flight in a second, but yeah, just trying to give you like a little look at the house from different directions and things like that. And we've also, I said about putting entrances in, so we've got a nice entranceway here to the side of this house like this, which I think will be useful, as well as being functional. It's going to look pretty good. Well, this is going to be a little back door area here again, so we can have an entrance on this way. The only side I don't have an entrance is here, but we can just go in around the front, so it's not too bad, or you can run to the back here. So I think it's looking pretty good. I'll hop into free fly mode now and show you around in a bit more detail. Okay, so this is how it's looking right now from the front, and as you can see, the tower up the top there looks a little bit different. I was trying to make it look like a little bit like a battle tower type of thing, where you'd go up there to shoot arrows out at enemies or something like that. I think it's good, okay for that, for what it is. But yeah, reasonably happy with how the front of this looks. When it comes around to the side of this house, I actually think it's looking pretty cool from the side, because it's got so much going on here. We've got this sort of rounded entranceway down here, as you can see, and then we've got like the different roofs here in order to have the porch and also the tower and such. And I just think it gives it a bit of character and a bit of depth to the build, so it's not all uniform. There's all different sections to this. It's almost like a little bit of an abstract type of build in that sense, because there's nothing too uniform about this. Now, of course, this whole thing is still a long way off being done, but you can get a general sense of how it's going to look and feel when it is done. Then from the back, you can see the porch much better there, and I really like that porch area. This was actually suggested to me on stream, so thank you for the suggestion. There were actually some great suggestions on stream. I think the roof for this up here was also a stream suggestion, so I really appreciate that, guys. I do go live on YouTube quite a lot. If you want to see that, you can subscribe to make sure you get notified, or join my notification squad in the Discord, because sometimes YouTube forgets to notify. But anyway, then we got the side bit here. Again, we've got two different styles of roof here, and it gives it that depth and character once more, rather than it all being exactly the same. So wherever you look at this house from, you're going to see a different view, and you're going to see a few different things going on, rather than just being drawn to one thing. Your eyes are drawn to different things as you look at the build, which I quite like, in order to create a sense of something being a little bit different to the ordinary. And once it's fully decorated inside and outside, of course, we've got this nice gardenish area here that I talked about before and stuff that we're going to do. Hopefully this is going to look really, really good. but I'm very happy with the progress we've made so far. So, of course, we do have the dad jokes coming up, but that is going to conclude the first part of this house build. I will be doing a lot more building of this house on live streams predominantly, and I'll do video updates like I did today as well to keep you posted as we progress through this guide. So if you want to check those out, then I look forward to seeing you there. But if not, I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. What is yellow and kills you if you get it in the eyes? A school bus. Did you hear about the hipster who drowned? He went ice skating before it was cool. Why shouldn't you attack an octopus? It's very well armed. I don't know why people have a problem with wigs. It's a look that anybody can pull off. It always takes two to create trouble in a marriage, the wife and the mother-in-law. What type of tea can kill you? TNT.